after we left you,
Yep.
you were doing the passes on the 45.
Yep, correct, yep.
And then what happened? What did you do?
So then we just left it. Obviously, some of it died quite well, as you can see in there. You know, some of that stuff's died off pretty good, but some hasn't. So basically, once, you know, whatever was going to continue to live had obviously stood up again. So we just left it for a couple of weeks, but we decided we'd go in and just knock the top off it with a slasher. And yeah, and then we'll leave it, and obviously we'll try and plant straight back into it once we get some rain. Or, well, actually, I'm planning on probably going in front of rain if I can. Once they start to talk about a decent rain change coming through, if that happens, we'll try and sneak in and do it, and then let the rain wet it up and bring it up, because I want to not only put in, you know, some of the grains with it, but I also want to try and put some flowers in too. So some of them are quite small in the seed, so I'm thinking I'm going to spread them on top. And as we plant in, that'll give a little bit of, you know, stirring around. We drag some chains behind maybe, although this might be too thick, we might have to pull the chains off. But just to incorporate that sort of smaller seed a little bit if we can, but if we can't, we'll just throw it on top and plant straight back into it and let the rain do its thing and let the rain actually wash those smaller seeds in. So that's the thought, but yeah.
Okay, and then did you do the...
Same again, both. Yeah, we crimped that and then slashed it, yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So...
So really it's kind of defeating the purpose, really, isn't it? Like having one pass, you've actually made two passes over it.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. And probably because it didn't do quite as good a job as we'd hoped.
Right.
I don't really think it... I think we could have got through it okay if it was all still standing, but we just thought, we just tied it up with a slasher, because no doubt some of this stuff will probably continue to grow a bit. Like what hasn't died will probably grow again. So, you know, then I'll just leave it. I don't think I'll slash it again. If it gets up a bit, I'll just let it do its thing and try and plant straight back into it and see how we end up. But bear in mind, we're either going to be planting straight on top of that row, or we can nudge to the side, so we might be over 100 mil, but we're going to have to get around some of those turnip and that, otherwise they'll actually be lifting the machine out of the ground as the wheel bounces over it, the gauge wheel bounces over it. That'll tend to lift the disc up, which will tend to lift our seed placement up as well. So I might have to nudge across, I wouldn't say halfway, so we get a row in between those two, but we'll certainly have to nudge sidewards a bit, I think, to do a good job.
So if you'd had your biologicals ready and applied them, the turnip would have broken down better? Probably
more so, yeah. I'm not sure how quick that works, but I've never used it. But yeah, definitely it'll be worth a go just to see how it goes. So yeah, next week at some stage we'll put that on. It's not quite ready to go. It's I just looked at it again today. It's still got that little bit of a foamy top on it.
Okay.
So yeah, look, early next week or sometime next week is my plan to throw that on.
That was the recipe.
Yep. One batch, batch it up. So 100 litres of each of that ActivFert and the molasses, and 800 litres of water, and then you just let it sit there and do its thing. It sort of brews, I suppose you'd call it. And it smells beautiful. Like it's got that nice sweet molassesy smell, and and it got a nice top on it, like looks like foamy, a frothy top on top. Probably, they might have got 3/4 an inch thick, half an inch to 3/4 an inch thick, and gradually now it's starting to break down and it's starting to separate out, so you can actually see the liquid again, but it's just not quite finished breaking that top piece down, So.